Stampers, this is Amy Whelan. Thanks so much for joining me today at amy'sinklings.com. Now you know I like to cover containers, but this is a special kind of container. And let me show you what makes it so special. It's called my surprise can. If you can imagine giving this to someone, they're like, what is it? They'll simply pop open the can, and inside are some candies with Easter grass. So I'd love to show you how to make this. Come on in. So this is what you need to look for. A can, obviously, that has this pull top, but the bottom needs to look like the top of a soup can. Sometimes they're too rounded, you don't have this little lip, and that's what's important. So the other item that's very important is a very odd looking can opener. This is called the Safe Cut can opener. I have seen them at Walmart, so I know that they're big box stores. The thing that makes this so unique is that it'll cut the lid off here, not there like most can openers. It'll cut it there. Now let me pull in a piece of wax paper simply so that if I spill any juice, it won't get all over my table. Alright, so it's very different and it's a little cumbersome to use at first, but you attach it on like that and then you crank it around. Okay. That should have done it. Let's see. And it did. See? So now it came off. This is still intact and we'll be able to reattach that momentarily. I'm going to go ahead and clean out this can. So now I've emptied the can and I've cleaned it out and dried it. So here's the bottom. It'll go back together like that. Alright, so the stamp set that I'm using is called Easter Lamb. It's in the New Occasions catalog right here. It's just one stamp in the box and it does come on a wood block. And what I did was I took our shimmery white cardstock, because I will be watercoloring it, and I stamped it on the shimmery white with our archival Stampin' Pad. And the reason I did that is the archival is waterproof and it won't bleed when I watercolor it. So this is what we're going to do to watercolor it. I'm going to start with Blushing Bride. I've already squeezed the lid and got a pool of ink there. I'm also going to use Old Olive. And then I'm going to use Pool Party. Then I'm going to take the aqua painter and my rag and we're going to watercolor. So I'm going to take a little bit of the pink to color his ears. Cute little thing. Doesn't take that much ink from your pad. Cute. And again, since this is shimmery white cardstock, it's very forgiving with watercoloring. If you have to go in and blend some more, it does really well. Alright, so I'm wiping my aqua painter off on some on a rag to dry it off and to clean it the pink out of it. Out of the tip. So now I'm just going to take the Old Olive and I'm going to watercolor the grass green. Okay. And I'm not being real careful to stay on top of the black. I'm just going to be a little organic with it. Bring the color out as needed just to make it look a little more natural. Cute. Right, I'm going to clean the tip of the aqua painter. Now this is something that I do a lot with either Soft Sky or Pool Party. I like to outline my images in this light blue. I don't know why it does this. I've mentioned this before in my video tutorials. There's something about it, someone taught me how to do this actually, that it just seems to create a natural shadow maybe? I don't know. But for whatever reason I like the look of it. So I'm just going to outline him. Again, this is Pool Party, but you can do the same thing with Soft Sky. I just find that Pool Party has a little bit more color in it. and it shows up a little better than the soft sky. So I'm just kind of casually going around. I'm going to go in between its little front legs and under its belly, and now down on either side of his rear legs. And that's it for watercoloring. It's easy peasy. The next thing I did was I fussy cut it out. I'm just going to take our paper snips and cut all the way around that, and I'll be right back. Now it's fussy cut out, and I do have a piece of some Designer Series paper from the Subtles Designer Series paper stack. I'm also using the Blushing Bride color since it matches its cute little ears and nose. And I'm not going to give you the dimensions of this because it really will just depend on the circumference and the width of your can. But I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of, let's see how this is going to wrap around. I want to put the seam on the opposite side of this. So on this can too, you might be able to notice it's got this weird little edge, and so I'm just not going to cover that part because it wouldn't go flush when I tried. Alright, so I'm going to put some fast fuse here. And then I'm also going to put a piece of sticky strip on the other side. And that'll help me do it real strong and tight around the can. And hopefully that'll make some sense. So I'm using the tear and tape. I love this stuff. Okay. It's so much easier to use than our old sticky strip. There we go. Alright, so let's get my can back. I'm going to put the seam on the opposite end of the tab. Wrap that around. Oh, you know what? I did that wrong. I am such a knucklehead. No, I didn't. I just put the wrong end down first. Hold on a second. Okay. So I'm going to put this down like that. I'm going to wrap this around. It's a little tricky because you want to try to line it up the best you can on the top and the bottom and then seal. Okay. Next, I'm going to take some of our Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to put some all the way around the back of my little lamb so that I can pop it up on the can, and then I'll be back. Alright, so it's all popped up with dimensionals. I'm going to put it right there on the front of the can. And then the last thing that I did was I took a piece of our white satin ribbon, and I'm going to tie it in a tiny little knot and pull it as tight as I can. I want to make that little bow tie for the little lamb, and it's kind of wide ribbon, but I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so I tied a quick tight little knot, and then I'm going to fold it and take our fabulous ribbon scissors and cut the little extension on the other side like that. And I'll show you again. I'm going to fold it in half, and you cut toward the knot like that, and you've got a cute little bow tie. I'm going to do that side a little bit shorter so I can show you again. You fold it in half. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to take a Stampin' glue dot, or a little rather mini glue dot, and use that to attach his little bow tie. Now the one thing I did forget to do on this one, and I guess it's not too late, I took our Wink of Stella, ooh, excuse me, and I just colored the entire thing with the Wink of Stella pen. This is an incredible little tool. It's a subtle effect, but when you have the item in your hand, you can see the shimmer of it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm even going to put it down on the grass. Alright. And there you have it. So let me show you what we're going to do next, because this is how we're going to seal it. Alright, now we want our candy to be on top when they flip this open. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some candy, and it's probably going to be really loud. Then I have some of this paper grass. I love the paper grass. Love it, love it. Super, super cute. Back in the day, it used to be the plastic stuff that your cats would gag on because they'd chew on it. Probably not good for little babies either, human babies. Okay, so now that's all in place. So here is the last item that you absolutely need to make this magical can. This is our Crystal Effects. It's a clear lacquer, and typically I use it to squirt on top of an item, and it dries hard and it raises it like a big glassy sheen on top. It's beautiful. But in this case, I'm going to use it as an adhesive. So I'm going to actually put it right in there all the way around. Okay, almost there. And I'm going to remove what kind of spilled on that side. And then you carefully place it on top. Let me see if I can get all that grass in. And that's it. It fits right back on. Watch out, you're going to have some of that Crystal Effects on your fingers. But it slips right back on, and if you hold it in place or rest it right side up, it will eventually dry, and it seals it. And as you can tell with this one, I'll put that one aside while it dries. As you can tell with this one, it looks like a normal can that simply hasn't been opened yet. So it is super easy. It's really fun. It's a great surprise because when someone gets it, they have no idea what's inside. So give it a try. I'd love to see your creations. If you make some of your own, head on over to my Facebook page, Amy's Inklings Facebook page. I'll put a link on my blog because I'd love to see your creations as well. So thanks so much for joining me today at Amy's Inklings. I do hope you come again soon. And if you have any questions, always love to hear from you. You can reach me at amy'sinklings@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Come again. Bye-bye.